Hello everybody, and welcome back to Open Source Tonight. Folks, let's install Linux Mint Debian Edition. Again, the latest version. Let's get right on into it. So, we're going to start the install, and then when the install is done, we'll pick back up where it left off. But if we click into the installer here, it's pretty easy to follow along. So, here we go. We're going to just set our time zone. Looks like we already got it. Keyboard's good. Let's set up a name. Let's go Vincent Maggard. That's who I am. My computer's name, I'm going to be nice and easy to understand and just make random gibberish. Let's put in the username I want. I'll put in a good old-fashioned crappy password, and let's hit the next button. I'm going to set it to the disk right here. Use the automatic partitioning. I'm going to say yes and yes. Yep, let's put the grub bootloader in here in this virtual machine, and summary page, and off we go. All right, we'll be back shortly. Well, it looks like the installation is completed, so let's go ahead and reboot. So we're going to just hit yes here and enter. It's going to be auto-ejecting because it's a virtual machine. Well, there we go. Took it a minute. All right, and looks like that we have our virtual machine. I'm just going to go ahead and speed the boot menu along by hitting enter to speed that up. You can do that with grub in case you didn't know. And so let's go ahead and wait for this to finish loading here. You can press the escape key if you want to see what it's doing there. I like to do that sometimes, especially for debugging. It looks like it all booted up correctly. Put in my password. And let's go ahead and see if we can check out the system. Okay. First steps, desktop colors, documentation, all that stuff. Go ahead and hop out of this. And I want to go in here. Let's just set the resolution up to 1920 by 1080 here real quick. And there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and install the graphics drivers real quick here. So I'm going to come down to insert guest editions CD. And there we go. It's asking me if I want to run it. I'm going to type in my password here. And there we go. So we're going to let that install. And then we can explore this system a little bit. I think you'll find it interesting. I know I will. So we're going to let it build the kernel modules here. This builds pretty quick. I am running 4 cores on this VM, and the system itself is based on what was it? I'm trying to remember. What was it? A Ryzen 3700X processor, so decently powerful. Okay. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and reboot one more time. And now it should load the driver and all of that. Let's see here. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and again speed us up by hitting enter at the bootloader screen. And here we go. And now we're filling the whole screen. Looks like the drivers worked. So let's log in and explore this system. One thing I will tell you I do not like up front about this is this mouse cursor. I do not like this cursor design. I don't care for it. So the first thing we're going to do is change that. Let's see if I can figure out where that would be. That's a good question, isn't it? I don't know where it would be. Somewhere in system settings, I would think. Probably under mouse, or maybe, actually it's probably theming related, isn't it? So let's see, themes. Let's look up here. It's probably in the theme. And let's see, advanced settings. Here we go. Yep, I want, yes, thank you. This is the mouse I like. I'm sorry. That's what I want to see on a computer running Linux. Anyway, DMZ Black is the mouse I like. So let's check it out here. We can see Firefox, what they're shipping on that. We can look at different things like that. There you go. Interesting. So yeah, we'll close that. It's nice and snappy. This is running on an SSD with 8 gigs of RAM. And yeah, again, just everything's very snappy. I like how responsive the system is. That's always nice. So let's see here. What if we install the multimedia codecs? How's that work? I just hit install and put in the password. Is that it? Oh, Well, that's very easy, isn't it? All right. I don't remember if I did that in the last one or not. I might have. Looks like that. Oh, need to put the password in after it downloads it. Okay. And again, we can look. There we go. So that was pretty quick. While it's doing that, let's check what kernel we're running real quick for those of you that care about such things. 6.1.0, revision 12. Cool. So yeah, it looks like that is the system. Other than the mouse cursor, I actually do like the system overall, and that's a minor gripe that can obviously be changed. Yeah, so it seems like it's pretty nice. We got calculator, all kinds of just really common stuff. And, you know, so this is a program I haven't played with yet, but it's supposed to be really interesting. You can send stuff around the network here with one of the with this program. It's an open source tool, I believe, created by the Linux Mint team. And you can set a code for the group and all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna have to do a video about this at some point. I found out about this because of an Explaining Computers one. And so yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. Oh, interesting. Android and iOS clients. I don't remember. I guess they did have those when Explaining Computers did. I probably just don't remember. We can open the folder. It saves stuff too. That's really cool though. Yeah, so we won't really look into that too much because obviously I don't have another program set up to do so right now, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, okay. So we'll close out of that. And let's look at the update manager. Security updates, software updates, all of that. Looks like we've got some updates to the VP9 VP8 library, some theme stuff for Grub 2, Firefox, and the DNS lookup utility. Looks like we got a bunch of different stuff going on here. I'm going to go ahead and just download everything. Downloads seem to be pretty fast. That's always nice to see. There we go. And I haven't even set any mirrors yet. It's just using the default mirrors. So this could be optimized even more potentially. And yes, let's set a local mirror. I actually don't usually do that, but what's just because I find that the regular repos on most stuff just seems to be fine. But let's see here. Let's look at the mirrors. It looks like that the Linux Mint repo seems to be the fastest for the so far speed. Let's sort by speed. Yeah, Linux Mint's official repo's the fastest so far. So yeah, it's going to go through and test all of them, but yeah, it looks like it's the fastest. So I think we'll just stay on it anyway. Let's see here. It's almost got them all tested now. Let's just let that finish here real quick, I guess. I think some of these aren't working. It doesn't look like it's testing anymore. But yeah, okay. Interesting. So we can come in here and adjust these. Fix different issues. Add missing keys. Interesting. We'll close out of this. And yeah, so it seems like a nice system. There's nothing really to complain about. We can look at web apps here. Put a web app in. Google. Why not? Okay. Let's see here. Hit OK. And now, yeah, it's in there. And if I click it, it opens up in Firefox. But it looks mostly like a desktop app. It's interesting. I wonder how they tell Firefox to do that. Now I kind of want to look into that, but that's cool. All right, anyway. Yeah, so it looks like we can do different stuff. They've got GNOME disks in here and all of that. Let's see here. That's the version of GNOME disks they're shipping. Cool. I like the system. It seems to run pretty smooth. Yeah, so what can I say? I think that if you have a use case for this, then you might want to look into it. Let's look at accessibility. Larger text. Okay. That can be useful. We can do a screen reader. We can enable zoom. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. So the zoom you can go a little overboard with potentially. Mouse. Yeah, okay. Anyway. That's cool. They've got some good stuff for accessibility here. Kind of like that bigger text actually myself. I can read the smaller one, but it's just a little easier. System reports. Install some different things. I gotcha. All right. No crash reports or anything. Anyway, everybody, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Seems like it's pretty good. I would probably change the mouse cursor, at least if I installed this on hardware, because I just don't like the default mouse cursor. But let me know your thoughts about Linux Mint Debian Edition. I think this is version 6 in the comments. Thanks for watching Open Source and everybody, and I'll see y'all again soon. Goodbye, everybody. And action.